What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get to it.
The development of the ZIL-130 truck began in 1953 with the creation of a more powerful car ZIL-150M. 3 years later, it was presented in an updated form ZIL-130A, and in 1959 it was equipped with an experimental V8 engine. The first batch of ZIL-130 cars was assembled in 1962, and 2 years later the Moscow automobile plant started their serial production. Serial cars ZIL-130, 1962 to 1994. The road truck ZIL-130, 4x2, was equipped with a 150 horsepower overhead valve V8 engine, synchronized 5-speed gearbox, power steering, 3-seat all-metal cab with panoramic windshields and alligator hood. Subsequently, some of these units and assemblies were used on the Army trucks ZIL-131 in different years. The payload capacity of the ZIL-130 varied from 4 to 5.5 tons for all types of roads. It towed trailers with GVW of 8 tons and had a maximum speed of 90 km per hour. During production, the vehicle was 3 times slightly modified. The main changes occurred in the mid-70s, when the production of a 6-ton truck ZIL-130-76 with hypoid main gear and modified radiator cladding began. Later, the braking system was improved on the 130-80 model, and the last modernization referred to the new basic version 431,410 with units from the diesel range ZIL-4331. Military equipment on ZIL-130 trucks. In the Soviet armed forces and in the armies of Allied countries, serial ZIL-130 trucks with wooden bodies and removable benches had a secondary role. On public roads and in rear regions they delivered soldiers, carried simple military superstructures and occasionally participated in parades. An exception to the rules was a prototype high-sided Army truck ZIL-431410 with body seals and its own heating and ventilation unit with a chimney. It was installed above the cab and was equipped with a fan, which ran fresh air, heating it in the heat exchanger due to combustion of liquid fuel. In dozens of copies on the 130th chassis were assembled communication equipment, tank trucks, workshop, and airfield vehicles with short runs. In the experimental order, in the flatbed bodies mounted twin anti-aircraft guns of 23mm caliber and tested portable rocket launchers Gigot. Typical van bodies. Since the mid-60s, these trucks began to be equipped with the Kung-1M man-sealed and quite spacious wood metal bodies of several versions with life support systems, used mainly for radio equipment. The second in importance were frameless bodies K66U2, which were extended versions of the Army Construction's K66 with panels made of reinforced foam plastic, flat roof bevels and filter ventilation unit. On the basis of the frame metal body Kilometer 66 was created a reinforced version Kilometer 130 with a payload of 4.2 tons. Radio technical means of communication and control. The widest range of military equipment consisted of radio equipment in Kung-1M bodies on ZIL-130E and 431412 chassis with shielded electrical equipment, designed to work at stationary positions of small and medium-sized airfields. When deployed, their high telescopic antennas did not meet road requirements, so in the transport position they were folded or temporarily dismantled. This program was opened by the R831M ultra-short-wave receiving and transmitting station on the basis of ZIL-130E76, which served to maintain radio communication with various aircraft to bring them to home airfields, with ground facilities, mobile or mobile command posts. The PAR-8SS medium-power radio station was based on the ZIL-130E chassis with 2 compartments, which housed the control room with the ultra-shortwave radio station and the control room with control equipment and power supply unit. Development of the SKP-9 Airfield Launch Command Post on a truck ZIL-164AD was a modernized version of SKP-9MV on ZIL-130E with a removable glazed observation booth of the flight director, lantern, and 2 telescopic antennas. The trailer served for transportation of the power plant, radio, and telephone communication systems and lighting equipment. The next modernization of the command post was the SKP-11 variant on the ZIL-130 E80 vehicle for controlling flights of military aircraft on telephone, telegraph, and radio frequencies. Command post SKP-11 with operator's cabin on the body roof and signaling devices at the demonstration in Vladivostok. As on the previous versions, The modified Kung 1M had a booth on the left side of the sloping roof, which was removed and transported on a trailer when traveling on public roads. The set of the vehicle included 5 radios, 3 radio receivers, portable cable reels, 3 color traffic lights and a trailer. With a gasoline-electric unit. Fuel service vehicles. The multi-purpose fuel transfer station PSG-160 was a combination of 130 series trucks equipped with a PTO and a 2-stage pump located in a special hidden compartment between the cab and the cargo platform. Such vehicles were also used in pipeline battalions for pumping various types of liquids. The simplified dual-purpose tank trucks without pumping system for short-term storage and transportation of technical and drinking water for maintenance of airfields. Large military formations and military camps belong to the simplest machines of this category. For the transportation and distribution of fuel was a lightweight fuel tanker AC4, 2-130 dual-purpose tanker with a capacity of 4,200 liters, a centrally located pump, a control panel and side cylindrical pencils for hoses. The only real fuel tanker was the ATZ3 8-130 with an elliptical tank with a capacity of 3,800 liters, a rear control cabin, a vortex pump driven by the vehicle PTO, a fine filter and 6 hoses with dispensing guns. Automobile equipment of airfield services. The ZIL-130 truck was equipped with a modified airfield launching unit APA-35-2M for launching aircraft engines, about which we have already wrote subsequently. It was replaced by the APA-50, which was similar in general to the next more widespread model APA-50M on the chassis of ZIL-131. The most famous long-lived airfield machine on ZIL-130 flatbed trucks was the APM-90 landing and light beacon station or searchlight unit for illumination of runways of military airfields. It was developed in the 50s and survived the former ZIS-150 and ZIL-164 airborne chassis. It included a direction finder, radio station, special lighting, and an additional fuel tank. An unusual curiosity was a mobile code beacon KNS-1PM2 or navigation beacon with a maximum light intensity of 2,500 candle power. Installed in the back of ZIL-130 truck. It provided visual range at a distance of 75 kilometers and identification of the landing site by pilots by transmitting special codes in Morse code. Navigation code beacon KNS-1PM2 with generator station in ZIL-130E and 130 times 10 to the power of -76 truck bodies. The set of airfield lighting equipment LUCH-2M served to facilitate takeoffs and landings of small aircraft at field airfields in unfavorable weather conditions. For this purpose, 208 lights in cast cases of different power and color were placed on the airfield, which were transported by ZIL-130 van trucks with trailed power plants. In the 80s on military airfields appeared all-weather combined watering machine AKPM-3 on the chassis of ZIL for 31412 with a tank for 4,200 liters of water, rotating brush, and rotary snowplow with hydraulic drives. In addition to its direct duties, it was used for special treatment of aircraft and fire extinguishing. The category of chemical defense vehicles included several modified superstructures on the ZIL-130, which were previously based on other trucks. These included disinfection and shower units DDA-66P and DDA-2 from GAZ-66 and ZIL-164 trucks, as well as the AGV-3M decontamination air complex, which from the 50s was produced on the chassis of ZIS-150, ZIL-164, and ZIL-157. In conclusion, it is worth remembering the special closed 18-seater bodies SHL-740 with barred windows, produced by the Polish factory of special vehicles, mounted on ZIL-130-76 chassis, which were used to deliver units of the USSR internal troops and special forces of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. The title photo shows an Airfield Launch Command Post SKP-11 with a glassed-in flight director's compartment and signaling devices on a ZIL-130 E-80 vehicle. In conclusion, the ZIL-130 trucks have proven to be a versatile and reliable backbone for various military operations, showcasing the adaptability of a modest little brother in the world of army equipment. With 100 different military professions, these trucks have not only transported troops and supplies but have also served in specialized roles that highlight their significance on the battlefield. As we reflect on their enduring legacy, it becomes clear that the ZIL-130 is more than just a vehicle. It is a symbol of innovation and resilience in military logistics. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of a remarkable piece of military history.